In the little time we have remaining, there are a couple of other hot button
Yes.
topics that I really wanted to get your take on. And a few minutes ago, another buzz term you mentioned is apartheid. And there are lots of parallels drawn between Israel and South Africa. And I'm wondering if you think, or what the contended basis is for these drawn parallels, and whether or not you think that they're actually substantiated by the facts.
Well, the first time I ever went to Israel, I asked to go into the hot spots of Israel, Gaza, West Bank, and I was accompanied by the IDF. And we drove parallel to the trajectory of what was then Ariel Sharon's wall. It was sort of like the Trump border wall with Mexico. And I got up to the northern part of the projected trajectory, and there was a big demonstration. And the demonstration was over rumors, and I didn't know what it was about. It was an Arab community, and it was about the rumors that the wall might detour actually into pre-1967 Israel. In other words, it would detour and give up acreage, square miles, to the Palestinian Authority, which would include this village. And they would do that through coercion, no doubt, so they could get a roughly comparable area in Jerusalem. It's quid pro quo. So I asked the IDF people, why is everybody protesting? And he said, because they do not want to be under the Palestinian Authority. I said, but they're Arab and they're Muslims. He said, they do not want to be under the Palestinian Authority. And then he outlined the wage disparity, pensions, civil liberties, rights of being an Arab Muslim citizen of Israel versus being an Arab Muslim citizen of the Palestinian Authority. And it was stark. And it wasn't just me or he that noticed that. People did not want to go back to the Palestinian Authority. They would rather live in Israel. That's impossible under an apartheid regime. And people will say all sorts of things, but you can see it in the protests today. Middle Eastern students are screaming and yelling in support of regimes that have no civil rights whatsoever. And they're attacking in the most strident terms the only country in the entire 500 million person Arab Middle East that has civil liberties and tolerance for people of different sexual orientations, races. And this idea of white settlers Israel, when you go to Israel, and I've been there numerous times, it's more diverse than Arab countries. You don't see as many blacks. You don't see as many people all over. There's Ethiopians, there's Somalian Jews. There are people all over the world are there. You see Europeans. You can see somebody who says, I'm Israeli or Jewish, and they're blonde and blue-eyed, or they're black. And there's no discrimination whatsoever. So I don't quite understand that term apartheid. Are there security worries about people after the suicide intifadas? Yes, of people who were in Israel that blew themselves up and were more likely to be Arab than not. Yes, and so there were some security measures taken. But when I drive through Arab communities, especially in northern Israel, and I compare what I've seen in Jordan or Egypt or Syria or Iraq or Tunisia, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, I've been to all these countries. I would say that in terms of security, prosperity, that the 21% of Arabs that live in Israel have a higher standard of living than anywhere except the Gulf monarchies, where that's oil-fed revenue. I just don't see it. And